Welcome or welcome back. It's your girl, Janae Avery. So, welcome, or if you are, welcome back, or welcome if you are new here. Thank you for pressing play, and I am so grateful that you are here. I hope that you can, come and stay. And if you're not, then hey, that's a-okay. But before we get started, what I wanted to say is that, I marked my podcast as explicit. So, sometimes I may cuss, I might slide a little cuss word in. And just to let you know, if that's, I might do it. Okay. So if that's not for you, that's fine. Then what you want to do is click off. And I understand, I ain't for everybody. I ain't trying to be, and I'm cool with that. Okay. So yeah, if you're cool with that, then you're cool with me. And let's get go on and get into this. Okay. And again, thank you and see you on the next one. For those of you that like to mask up, and when I'm saying mask up, what I'm meaning is beings or yourself that like to walk around with a cover, with a filter, not actually walking in your purpose, in your passion, in your pursuit. Those who are, sliding things under the rug, those who don't like to get to the root, to the soul, and understand why they are operating in a certain nature, a certain way, and why their life is a certain way. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much money, no matter how much materialistic that you try to mask up with, these materialistic things or values, they will not fix a spiritual issue. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are walking around with so much material value, but need to understand that they are spiritually sick. They are spiritually dying. They are deaf. You know what I'm saying? When people think about the crow or a black cat, people like to say, that's negative or that's low vibrational. Anytime someone hears black magic, these people are the symbols of death. And I'm not trying to say that crows, yes, crows is a duality. So crows can signify death. Black cats can signify death or dark energy and things of that nature. But what I'm saying is, no matter what you try to cover up your personal space, your personal body, meaning your physical body with, if you are not doing your spiritual work, if you are not healing and tuning into yourself and figuring out what's really going on in the depths of your soul, and you're consistently going along with this bullshit of mask up, I'm speaking to you, okay? You will not fix anything with materialistic value, because that is just covering things up. That's not getting to your root issue, your problem. That's not actually sitting with yourself and figuring this shit out of why you feel like your life is going a certain way, why your life is not going the way you want it to go, why you are viewing things a certain way, why things are happening to you, happening for you, why you are responding or reacting a certain way, why you always jump to conclusion, or if someone is saying something to you about the things that you are operating out of, why are you constantly in a defensive mode and not willing to take the information in? They say when a student is ready, the teacher will appear. A lot of people are unable to learn new things, or unable to, understand where someone else is coming from, and um they're not allowing themselves to accept, because their heart chakra, something about them is closed off. They're not in the mode to receive. They're just in the mode to react, or decline that, or say that's not true, that's not right, that's not who I am. But if you are constantly operating out of a certain energy or a certain frequency or a certain action, that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? I can look at anybody, and this is I believe this is true. A lot of people, no matter how raw and bad or whatever you want to label them or title them or whatever, negative attachment they may have, majority of beings have positive qualities within them. You ever see like somebody passed away on the news, or someone you may know passed away, and they're like, why that happened to them? They was a good person. Like, listen, I don't like when people give someone like a Like we're constantly giving people the upper hand, putting people on a pedestal or a high horse when they don't deserve to be there. I don't give a fuck how good a person is. If they don't constantly and consistently act out of that nature, them being a good person doesn't fucking matter. We need to start calling people for who they truly are. Whatever action you operate out of, that's who you are. You can have good qualities. That doesn't mean anything. If you are not operating as soul and being in that energy, that doesn't matter. Everybody has the potential to be a great person. And that the word there is potential. We all have potential to be better. We all have potential to get better, to do better, to understand better, to learn better, to want to have better. But if you're not if you're not taking that potential and putting the action behind it, it doesn't fucking matter. So you know what I'm saying? Like that, I don't look at people like that. If you are operating out of a certain frequency, that's what you are getting judged on. And yes, I said judged. Each and every day you're getting judged on what are you doing every day to make you a good person. Even good people got to act a certain way. You can't say I'm a good person, but yeah, 10 years ago I was doing this. Listen, if you're not doing it now, it doesn't matter when you did it. It has to be every day. We need to be held accountable for what we are doing with our life, the choices that we are choosing to make. And even a choice of not choosing to do shit or complaining or whatever, you are still making a choice. You know, a lot of people can see that they are fucked up individuals or that they need to make better choices, but yet and still they ain't doing it. So it's a lot of people that just slide this shit under the rug and think it's okay to operate out of a certain way. And when help does come along, they neglect it. They don't want to accept it. Or if someone is, spreading the truth or spreading what needs to be done for them to move forward in the best way possible, they don't want to understand it. I believe a lot of people understand things, but they act like they don't because they're in denial. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say, get your chakras in line. Work on yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you complaining does nothing, okay? It does nothing. And no matter how many things you try to gravitate towards, as far as you have a lot of friends, and anything materialistic value, you have the best job, the biggest house, you can travel the world, you can have it all, as far as material things. But again, if you're not willing to do the work, the true work of getting the true means to be in your purpose is the most value one can have. That's the true value. When you are able to know who you are, and no one is able to taint that, no matter what they may say or do, because you are in tune with who you are. You know who you are. So you're not, if someone is saying certain things about you or whatever, or doing certain things, that's not really affecting you. You know what I'm saying? Because you are validating yourself. Now, it is good to get it from other people, but you're not looking for it. You're not seeking it. You're not gravitating toward it and yearning for it and praying that someone gives you these things in order for you to feel a way about yourself, because you already know who you are. You get what I'm saying? So I just wanted to come on here and just share that little message or whatever, because it's a lot of people that are, before this whole virus thing or bullshit came about, there's a lot of people walking around in that energy of mask up. Like they refuse to mask down. They refuse to be vulnerable and get to who they truly are. A lot of people can walk around and point the finger at every fucking body they meet in their life, but when the finger is pointed back on them, they don't want to admit that. They don't want to give in to the fact that this needs to be changed. That is not correct. That is not right. You know what I'm saying? If you are able to see the ways of others, make sure you're able to see that within yourself. And just because you see it, make sure you are changing it and not just giving it potential. Like, yeah, well, a lot of people a lot of people say these quotes, well, yeah, well, that runs in my family, or I grew up like that, or I'm used to that, or everybody else do. You know what I'm saying? If it's wrong is wrong and right is right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be a line. There's a line in all this shit. Like, just because you are used to these things or you are around these things, it doesn't make it right. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to play sides. I look at shit for what it is, what it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't see things like that. And that's where that spiritual wealth comes in, because a lot of people are only able to see things with the physical eyes. They can only see just the surface level of these things. But when you do, that's why it's so important. It's a huge investment to dig within yourself so that you are able to see what the average person or what everyone else is not able to see. You're able to use your spiritual eyes to look at things deeper.